when dealing with commands, we have to put the pronoun at the end, and we have to add an accent like hazlo.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Anytime Español. Today we're going to talk about direct objects and their pronouns.
That's right. Using direct object pronouns helps you to reduce wordiness, and it also helps you to speak more naturally. And it's really not that complicated.
First, what is a direct object?
Well, the direct object is simply who or what receives the action of a verb. So if we have the sentence, Juan come pescado, we have to ask, Juan eats what? Pescado. So pescado is the direct object.
Or if we have the sentence, quiero esa playera, what do I want? Esa playera. So playera is the direct object.
Okay, so we know what a direct object is. Now, a direct object pronoun is a shorter word that replaces a direct object. So from our sentences before, we would get Juan come pescado, Juan lo come.
Quiero esa playera, la quiero.
Now, you may or may not have learned the difference between transitive versus intransitive verbs. Now, don't get scared here if you're not a technical or a grammar type of student. Transitive verbs simply mean verbs that require a direct object, nothing more.
And intransitive verbs are verbs that don't have a direct object.
So, in this video, we'll only be dealing with transitive verbs. And one easy way to see if something needs a direct object or doesn't is to use it in a sentence by itself. Think of saying, I poured. Doesn't really make sense. I mean, I poured what?
Or she has is also incomplete. What does she have? Well, you see, we need a direct object. Here we have a list of the most common transitive verbs you should learn first, and you can pause the video if you need to write them down.
Now, if you want to replace a direct object with a direct object pronoun, we use one of these.
Me, te, lo o la, nos, los o las.
Now note here that the direct object pronouns have to agree in number and gender with the nouns they replace.
La revista would change to la. Los celulares would change to los.
Now, when using direct object pronouns, the difficult thing for English speakers is that we need to put them before the conjugated verb instead of afterwards. So how would we change Juan eats fish to Juan eats it?
Juan come pescado, Juan lo come.
So we replace the direct object pescado with the direct object pronoun lo because it's masculine and singular, and then we place the lo in front of the conjugated verb.
Let's see more examples. Los niños estudian el libro de francés. So in this example, what is the direct object? El libro de francés, because we want to know what the children study.
And we use the pronoun lo because el libro is masculine and singular. Los niños lo estudian.
Sofía compra galletas.
So here, the direct object is galletas because we ask, Sofia buys what? Galletas. And galletas is plural and feminine. So we change it to las. Sofia las compra.
Mi hermano ayuda a mis abuelos. Now, how would we change this sentence to use the correct direct object pronoun?
Mi hermano los ayuda.
¿No tienes los boletos? And to change it to use the correct direct object pronoun?
¿No los tienes?
El vecino lleva a Julia, a Pedro y a mí al aeropuerto.
El vecino nos lleva al aeropuerto.
Paola toca la flauta y el saxofón.
Paola los toca. So in this last example, we actually had a compound direct object which included a feminine and a masculine direct object. When we have a mix like this, remember in Spanish, we're going to use the masculine form. That's why we have Paola los toca.
If this video is improving your Spanish, please give us a like and subscribe. It helps us create more content like this. Another example. Él quiere un ascenso.
Él lo quiere.
Raquel dejó las llaves en el auto.
Raquel las dejó en el auto. But how would we say, I'll find you at the mall?
Te encuentro en el centro comercial.
Or how about, he takes us to the office?
Nos lleva a la oficina.
Now, just a quick side note here, don't make the mistake of thinking that nos is short for nosotros. This happens a lot to beginner students. So nosotros is a subject pronoun that means we, and nos is an object pronoun that means us. So this can be tricky when learning this topic. So we see that the direct object pronoun must come before the conjugated verb. However, we know in Spanish that there are always exceptions, and here we have two exceptions. When we have an infinitive, we can attach the direct object pronoun to the end, but we don't have to. You'll hear it both ways.
Voy a decirlo o lo voy a decir.
And when we have a present participle.
Estoy diciéndolo, lo estoy diciendo.
Okay, first, let's see some more examples using the infinitive.
Él quiere llevarme al parque. Él me quiere llevar al parque.
Ellos esperan vernos en la misa, o ellos nos esperan ver en la misa. So remember, these are the exact same thing. You can use them however you want. You'll hear both forms. It's just whatever's more comfortable for you. Now, for our examples using the present participle, you'll see that we do the exact same thing. However, we need to add an accent to keep the original stress when the pronoun is attached to the end.
Estamos siguiéndolo al banco o lo estamos siguiendo al banco.
Yo estoy poniéndola en la mesa o yo la estoy poniendo en la mesa.
Mi papá está leyéndolo o mi papá lo está leyendo.
Okay, lastly, when dealing with commands, we have to put the pronoun at the end. And we have to add an accent, just like with present participles, to maintain the original stress. Like, hazlo,
Cómprala.
véndelo. Now, oppositely, if the command is negative, we have to put the pronoun before the command, like this.
No lo hagas.
No la compres.
No lo vendas. And that's it. We hope this video helped you understand the direct objects and their pronouns.
Now, watch this video to improve your Spanish. Until next time.